Hey, everybody, it's Maria. How's it going? We want to welcome you to the show. This is What's the Story with Maria. Tonight is Tuesday, October 8th, I believe. Yep, October 8th, 2024. We have a wonderful guest tonight, a good friend and a really sweet, talented person, David J. Raleigh. And anyway, Leo, hit that promo.
Yeah, I'm a big fish in a small pond. Days free and my nights long. I create my own reality. Who I am is fine with me. I'm as famous as I wanna be. Who I am is fine with me. It's who I am. It's who I am.
So, welcome back. We're glad you're here. As always, Lori Towers says check in. Oh, love to everyone on my favorite night of the week. Lori, thank you. And John says Tuesday. Yes, John, thank you so much, my loves, for being here. We're so happy you're here. So, lots of stuff going on this week. We have well, right as usually Danielle pops in. Leo and I were talking. Leo calls her our alarm clock because she pops in. She's usually the first one in. And tonight she is at an event that is going to be remarkable. It's at the West Bank Cafe. They have been doing many, many, many fundraisers to keep those doors open. And the Laurie Beachman Theater is downstairs, and it's just an iconic space in New York. So they're having a fundraiser there. One of our friends, Adam Weinstock, is also there, and he is going to be on our show next week. He's a great producer. He's producing like 4 things right now. They're running all over the country and in London as well. So he'll be with us next week. He's at the event, as is Tom Dangora, who was on our show a few weeks ago, as is Danielle of Danielle Alexandria Alchemy. So there and lots of stars are there tonight. So it promises to be a great event, and I send them nothing but love. So that's what's happening tonight, and also what's happening tonight, which we have our fingers crossed and we're sending lots of love to, is the state of Florida and our friends there. So we have lots of friends there that have either retired or live there now for artistic reasons, or or they're from there. So shout out to Sergeant Sue Murray. She's in the Villages. Scott Ryan, I believe he's in Fort Lauderdale. Catherine Salvio, she's in Vero Beach. And Michael Dion, I don't know exactly where Michael Dion is. Maybe Sarasota. I don't know, but hi, Rick, Sudi Rick Caritas. Hi, my love. My cousin Rena Cugnali Bergi sending my love to you. Thank you, Rena. I appreciate that very much. My cousin Rena is one of the best human beings you will ever meet in your life.
And a
And
fantastic weather girl.
she is a fantastic weather girl. We were just talking about the weather. So the weather in Florida tonight, they're supposed to get hit overnight into tomorrow and Thursday. So we're really praying for them because it's gonna barrel. I hope it goes by quickly and then just keeps going. So we send our love to the people in Georgia, people in North Carolina, Florida, everyone in the eye that is in the eye of the storm or the aftermath. That's a horrible place to be. What I am hearing is there are a lot of wonderful people helping out. That's what I am hearing. And so we, including World Kitchen, um, they're they're like everywhere. I'm telling you, when I retire, I'm going to join them. When I retire from show business, I'm joining the World. Um, what's it called? World something Kitchen. They're so amazing. They do so much work all over the world. I'm going to join them. But anyway, so we're sending a lot of love out to our friends there. Now, there's a lot of good people that are helping out and doing amazing things. There's also, and I'm not trying to bring it down, but I'm also just want to say this. There's a lot of people that are fire starters. metaphorically, and that they just can't let good things be. And there are people that are sending out misinformation. Ron DeSantis is one. World Central Kitchen. Thank you, John. I love you for that. He's so cute. He just popped it on. I couldn't think. My brain is like a fog this week. But anyway, so like Ron DeSantis, like, doesn't he have a million important things to do with his state in the literally uh, about to be punched by a storm than to say, I'm not picking up the phone if Kamala Harris calls or Joe Biden calls? I mean, do you really have that luxury, sir? So I'm just going to send Trump. And what did you say, Sudi? Trump is spreading more lies than usual. Well, Mar-a-Lago is in clear. It's right there. It's got a bullseye on it. So maybe he should check his karma. I try not to get too specifically political, but some nights I can't help it. I do have my Kamala shirt on. Thank God. Kamala for the people. There's my girl who I love. I love, love, love her. And I love Doug. And I love Tim and Gwen and Gus. Oh my God. And there's Leo. Leo Rodriguez. There he is with his boat shirt. Thank God he had it on tonight because I almost forgot to wear mine. I was like, oh my God, my Kamala shirt, and ran into the other room. Wow, Leo, look at that. You just hoisted up the
Vote.
the vote. Yeah.
I lifted the vote. I lifted the vote.
You lifted the vote. I love that. So make sure, I think in some states, the 12th is the cutoff for registration. Today is the 8th. So please check your registration. Florida needs to embrace the color blue. Yes, they do. Look, I believe in the good of mankind. That's just me. I believe that people will do the right thing. And I believe they've been fed a lot of garbage. And that's why they do what they do. Which brings me to my next point. There's a couple points. There's this wonderful company that I love, and I encourage everyone to order from them. Rena knows I sent Rena a package. It's called Penzeys. Penzeys. Penzeys Spices.
Oh, Penzeys. Excuse me.
Yeah, Penzeys Spices. And they are very, very, very political, blue, completely blue leaning. And they do a lot of amazing things. They have spice stores all over the country, and they're just the coolest people. And so, yes, thank you, Leo. So I really encourage you because they've really stuck their necks out, especially this time. And what happens is they get a lot of, then Trump goes on and writes reviews and gets his awful people to write bad reviews, but they're the best.
I imagine Trump can't handle spice.
Oh, no, not at all. He wrote something like terrible product, overpriced. And I thought, since when do you pay for anything? Since
Really?
when do you even know what anything costs?
Oh, really? I bet you it said cheaper than a fake ass Bible and some shitty shoes. So.
Right? So I try not to be negative, but all I'm saying is thank you, Rena. This is delicious. I love the spices you sent me. Well, you are a spice girl, Rena. Rena, one year with her friends went as the Spice Girls, and they were like the Italian Spice Girls, like basil, oregano, garlic. It was really funny. So,
and I imagine for somebody that prepares such very small snacks all the time, these are just perfect for her.
Well, that's what it is. Okay, Liz Goldenberg. Hi, Liz. How are you, my love? Liz Goldenberg says elections belong to the people. It's their decision. If they decide to turn their back on the fire and burn their behinds, then they will have to sit on the blisters. Abraham Lincoln. Wow. Liz, I didn't know it was going to be him. I thought there was going to be like a comedian or something. Wow. Abraham Lincoln knew what the hell he was talking about there. So thank you, Liz. Yes. I do have a lot of faith in people. So Liz, it's great that you're here because I got to tell you, Judy and I last night watched an amazing documentary. And please, everybody, not just watch it, but spread the word. This is about democracy. It's called Stop the Steal. Thank you. Stopping the Steal. It is a documentary. Everyone in it is a Republican. And everyone in it is a Republican that worked either close to Trump, with Trump, or in the vicinity or was affected by something he did, but Republicans, mind you, and every single one of them is a total patriot because they stood up for democracy. And I got to tell you, we were watching it and our eyes were filled with tears. And we said, wow, you know what? We've been so brainwashed for the last couple of years to think like the Democrats are on our side, the Republicans are not, like all that awful stuff that happens. But that was before Trumpism, when we could all really just coexist and like just love each other because we loved America. And I felt that again. And I really miss those days. Like shout out to Liz Cheney, man, this week. She was incredible. And shout out to the people in this documentary. Everyone is a Republican. And please watch it because historically speaking, it is one of the most important documentaries that has ever been. Liz, I very curious to see what you think because I know you are a history buff, an American history buff. So at some point we'll talk about it. But I really was moved by it. I posted it on my wall. Please feel free to share about it. It's only about maybe an hour and maybe it's 70 minutes long, but it flies by and you're like this. But as the more good documentary, good, Liz watched it. Okay. The more I watched it, the more patriotic I felt and the more hopeful I felt that we both looked at each other and we were like, wow, we really care about our country. Like both sides, it doesn't matter. We love our country. And it made me feel hopeful again. So please watch that before you vote, because I believe it will make you feel hopeful again. And encourage your friends, whether they're Democrats, Republicans, or independents, to watch it as well, because it is a documentary about our country and the Constitution and what standing up for it really deeply means. So I just wanted to say that. I didn't love the Republican Party. I didn't leave. Oh, Liz says, I didn't leave the Republican Party. The Republican Party left me. It is that simple. Wow, Liz, that's profound. Yeah. And the thing is, though, I really believe this. I'm just going to put this out there quickly, and then I want to bring our guest on. Okay. Let's say that an apartment or a building has bed bugs, right? What they say is nothing is salvageable. You got to get rid of everything. Get rid of everything, get it exterminated, and start again. I've heard that a million times from people that sadly that has happened to. Knock on wood, most of me and my friends have not had to deal with that, but it's kind of like that's what's happened to our country. We have to like just clean house and start again and get rid of all that poison and start again, because really so much of it has been tainted. But I do believe after this, I watched this documentary, I felt a lot of hope for our country. I was like, damn it, there's a lot of good people out there. And it's just like when we were kids, and Rena will attest to this. We had friends that were Republicans and friends that were Democrats. It didn't even matter. You actually didn't even talk about it. It never came up. We were just good people, and sometimes somebody would mention who they voted for and things like that. But you voted for the good guy, and whoever that good guy was for you. And I had that faith again last night when I watched this documentary. So I highly recommend that you watch it and spread the word. It's really what America used to be and will be again. And the good people that saved us. There's some really good people that saved us. Mike Holloway says, we almost flipped the Florida Blue the year DeSantis won. You're right. It was down to, 40,000 votes. We had such a crappy Dem candidate you're right. For the last governor race, we lost by 3 million. We lost by 3 million legal weed and abortion in the ballot this year by millions of signatures, not the legislators. And I'm hoping that brings a blue wave in it. Wonderful. Okay, thanks, Mike, for filling us in on that. And I do believe I send my love to the people of North Carolina. Man, they got slammed. And the same thing with Georgia. And I really mean it. I hope everybody's okay. And I know that people are helping each other. I've seen a lot of video of that. So let's just pray for those people, and let's pray that people rebuild and things will be okay. Speaking of Florida, I really like Powell. Debbie, I can't remember her middle name. She's a Latina, but her last name is Powell. She's fantastic, and she's up against Rick Scott. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? So I'm knock on wood, and we have folks. I think we have 29 days left or something like that. So just talk to one-on-one, talk to people one-on-one in a nice way. Do not fight. Just talk. And you know what? If they don't want to talk, say, okay, don't worry about it. But please do me a favor and watch Stopping the Steal. So Rick Scott is terrible. I know. I have a lot of friends in Florida, and they feel the same way. Okay. Well, you know who's not terrible? Our next guest.
Well, Maria, can I say something before we go on to our
Anything you
next
want,
guest?
Leo. Anything you want.
I want to complain about this damn pumpkin spice until pumpkin spice.
Oh my God. Look at who it is from our Nothing But the Apron calendar, 2024 calendar. It is these two hotties, Zach and Raliegh. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Leo, you're better at this than I am because you have to comb through these pictures, and it's. I know it's really taxing on you to go through all these
so hard
semi-nudes, but yeah. But did they hike up their aprons a little bit? Maybe they taped the apron up a little bit.
I'm gonna say that Zach is his hemline sister would not be approving of this.
Right. I know.
Sister
would
look. She would look at that hemline and she would be. That's what would happen if Sister saw that headline.
Sister Mary Leo would really not. That'd be unacceptable.
Sister Leo Ignatius.
Oh, thank you. All right, Sister Leo Ignatius. Anyway, that was hysterical. Can't squash that. LOL. No, you can't. Whoa. Anyway, so many great things. All right, so
just a reminder, those people that are in next year's, we need to get those pictures in. Maria was sending me.
Thank you.
And what some.
I did send you some. And what a lineup we had. Oh, look who's here. Lynn Portis, a genius. We love Lynn. The lineup this year is really funny. We have some fun people and very diverse. It's a very diverse group. And I am excited. We can't show no peek. No peek. But we have really a varied from all across the country and every shape and size, every color. It's beautiful. Just the way the world should be with Nothing But the Apron. Anyway, okay. So our next guest is someone that when I first started in piano bar, I used to see quite a bit. In the Village, he was playing at an amazing club, and I have seen him ever since. So for the last at least 25 years, I've run into this incredible musician and beautiful, beautiful man who, by the way, never ages, looks exactly the same as the first day I saw him. His talent is beyond. And now he's playing at Lincoln Center shortly. So I said, David, you have to come on.
I believe that some people have been calling him the most modern Nat King Cole.
I heard that.
That's really cool because Nat King Cole is amazing.
The Nat King Cole of our generation.
Legendary.
That's what Time Out New York said. So shall we zoom
David's
him
the
in?
next one.
He is. Shall we zoom in the cuteness of David? There he is. Look at you with that beautiful smile. Hi, my love.
How are you?
I'm good, honey. How are you?
Good. I'm a little exhausted. I just got back in today from 3 weeks in Europe. And
What? You just flew in today?
I just flew in like a couple of hours ago, actually. Got in at like 6 o'clock.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I thought you were getting in yesterday. Thank you. Thank you for doing that because he originally he switched. Originally he was for next week, and we needed to switch, and he was so nice enough to do it. Well, David, you don't look tired. You look amazing. What were you doing in Europe?
Just traveling.
Okay.
My husband had some vacation time, and I just finished a run in Provincetown for the month of August. And I was there for a month seeing, so we just thought it was time to get away. We had a couple of friends that had things happening, and we decided to go visit. So
I
we went to
love it.
that.
So listen, we have to go right into Provincetown.
That is great.
What is happening here? First of all, Provincetown is my favorite place I've ever been.
It's
I
great,
love it. I
right?
grew up in Massachusetts. I'm in love
Okay.
with Provincetown. It's where I
It's
came out.
amazing.
It's
Is it really?
amazing.
Wow,
Yeah, I
it's
was
great.
like a 17-year-old. Mario Cantone, by the way, was one of my good friends. We went to high school together. He said,
Wow.
"You've never been to Provincetown? You got to come." And he was a young guy, was maybe in his 20s.
Wow.
But maybe he was younger than that, but he was opening for I'll think of it in a minute. Craig, his name was Craig something, but he was opening for another comedian, and so we went to watch him
Wow.
for an impersonator, and Divine was there. Divine
Wow.
was staying at the same hotel, the Pilgrim House, as us.
Yes.
Can you
Yes. I know
believe that? And
that.
Tiffany,
That's
there was
crazy.
a drag queen named Tiffany Jones.
Uh-huh.
And these were icons, and they were staying there. And I didn't know much about them. Mario was filling me in. You know how your friends fill you in.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you need
yeah.
to know this. But anyway, so I love Provincetown. So what were you doing there?
So I've been going to Provincetown for the last 20 years, probably every summer. And it just started a couple of years ago. I started playing at a piano bar there called Tin Pan Alley.
I know it. It's great.
I started playing the piano there, just filling in for people while I was there on holiday. And last year, I met this woman named Janet, and she said, "Hey, we have a new club opening up," and I said, "I'd love to do a show there. You can fit me in." And so they fit me in this year. So it was my debut performance there too, of doing a run of a show. I ran for 3 weeks.
Wow,
and
it's a long run.
It was really awesome. And it was called Love Abounds in Provincetown. It was my my ode to Provincetown.
Oh, I love that.
And going there, it was just a story. I told the story of my coming to Provincetown in 2001, and just my progression of my love of Provincetown.
Yep.
And I created a character. It was called Mr. Love. Mr. Love was the character I created. That Mr. Love was someone you met when you come to Provincetown, and someone you feel, and everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out that everyone is Mr. Love.
Right.
We're all Mr., Miss, Ms., whatever Love.
Yeah.
And so anyway, that was my Mr. Love.
Oh, I love it.
Wore a red cape and flowers in his hair.
I love
and
that.
sang love songs. So that
It is such a, I mean, this is an overused word, but it really fits. It's like a magical place. It's not even real. And it's just a one long street. Well, it's a couple long streets, but Commercial Street is the main street, and everything runs off of it. And you just walk down there. You don't really even take your car. You park your car wherever you're staying, and you walk everywhere. And people just ride their bikes. I saw who directed Hairspray? I just went blank.
Oh, John Waters.
Thank you. I saw John Waters on a bike, just riding through town. I was like, this is like maybe 15 years ago. I was like, that's John Waters. Yeah, it's like that kind of place.
Yeah,
so many amazing people. And my favorite restaurant, the Lobster Pot. You can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong.
We eat there once a summer, and it's always great.
It's always amazing. And it's just something beautiful, and the sunsets are gorgeous, and it's just, I don't know. You got to be careful.
People are just so great when they go there. It's like the best of America, I think.
It is. You're right.
The best people are there, and the day trippers that come in during the day, it's mostly gay at night. But during the day, it's people,
families, and all kinds of people.
Just such a great mix of everybody.
You know what? You do have to choose your week. Like, the thing is, when you look at it, make sure you're choosing the right week for you.
For you.
For you, because there's a lot of variety, and I'm not judging any of it.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, I've been there at family week, which is okay, but it's a lot of kids, right?
Right.
So if you're someone that's like, if you're around a lot of kids anyway, you need like a little vacay without kids, then maybe that's not the one for you. That doesn't bother me so much.
It's very important that you pick your week, that you look at the calendar.
But I got to tell you, I went there one year during Bear Week, and although I love bears, you do not want to go in the pool when it's bear week because it is literally bear soup. I mean, there were so many bears in the pool that I was like, and where on earth am I supposed to go? I mean, I never saw anything like it in my life. I was like,
Oh man.
guess I won't be
Well,
going in the water today. But anyway, but they're such nice guys.
they are.
So,
I've been
you
in
know,
that week a couple times.
yeah.
Really-
So you pick your week. It's like some people love that. I love, like I said, and then there's Women's Week, and then there's all kinds of stuff. I just, and there is 4th of July, then there's Carnival Week. There's always something,
There's
but it's
always
fun.
something, and it's great, beautiful, beautiful place to be.
So you were there, you'd finished your run.
Finished my run, and then we came back and went away for a little while. I visited. We went to Portugal, went to London, went to Madrid,
Wow.
and Marrakesh.
Marrakesh.
It was my first time in Morocco. It was amazing.
I don't know many people that have been to
Yeah,
Marrakesh.
It's crazy. It was
Is the
really, really
food
good.
phenomenal?
Food is phenomenal.
I can imagine.
Spain too. Spain has amazing
Yeah.
food too.
Yeah.
It was really a great trip. But I'm glad.
Did
to
you
know
do a
that-
cruise or did you?
No, we just rented cheap places and traveled
Yeah.
around by the train, and
Yeah, the
you
train's
you
amazing.
can do everything over there. So it's really easy.
Europe is
getting
incredible.
around.
Yeah, it's pretty
So it's fun.
beautiful. Dan Pardo says, my dad and I went to Provincetown last year when I did a show at the Cape Playhouse. We had a great time
yeah.
checking out the galleries. Oh my God, the galleries are
The
incredible.
galleries are
And
incredible.
eating seafood. Right. It's the best seafood. And everyone was so friendly and welcoming, obviously. Yes, Dan.
Yes,
You're also wonderful. And I'm sure your dad is wonderful. You know what I do, Dan? I'm glad you brought this up. Every time I go to Provincetown, I buy a piece of art.
Wow.
Even if it's a little piece like this,
Yeah.
I buy something that is made and that is an original piece and made by an artist. And I can look around my house and I can see what it is. And I love it. I
Yeah.
love stuff there. So yeah, it's a beautiful place. And I just feel like I exhale as soon as I get there,
Yeah,
and
that's a feeling. That's a feeling
Yeah.
I always get when we take the train and the ferry.
and the ferry,
The
yes.
ferry, and you take the ferry over, and when you just come in and you see the monument standing in front of you, and it's just
Yeah.
you feel like this feeling of freedom
Yeah.
and life. It's just amazing.
And the thing is, it's been there. Provincetown is an old shipping town, and there's a huge Portuguese population there, by the way.
Yes.
That's the fishermen, but there's just so much history. It's really an incredible place. Support the local artists. Yes, that's what I do, Lori. I always try to support local artists, and it always pans out because the artwork is beautiful. People always love it, and it's like nothing else,
Right.
So I think that's really, really important. Okay, so now I know
I'm
you're
back.
now you're back, and I know you're always doing something. And the reason that I asked you to come on this particular time, because I could ask you every month, you'd be doing something. But I saw the Lincoln Center
I
thing.
know. I'm so excited.
That is really cool.
It's
So
exciting. So the
tell us
Cabaret
about-
Festival, the Cabaret Festival is every year, as everyone knows,
yeah,
in town. And this year, again, I think it's
Cabaret Convention,
It's a
right?
convention, and it's like they have their performance evenings 3 nights in a row, and they do performances. And this year, the second night of their performance is a tribute to Bobby Short.
Oh, I love that.
It's called "Falling in Love Again with Bobby Short," and it's his
I
100th
love that.
birthday. They're celebrating
Wow.
his 100th birthday. He would have been 100 this year.
Wow.
And so Natalie Douglas is hosting that night.
How cool.
And she put together some of her friends to come and sing, songs that are Bobby Short songs.
Hey.
And so I'm part of the roster, and I'm very
So
excited.
that's a Tuesday, Wednesday, and a Thursday.
Yes, and my night is Wednesday night.
Good to know.
And there's a lot of people on the roster for that night, so it'll be very, very fun.
So that is the link right there.
Yes.
Well, we'll post the link again, or maybe in the comments. Yeah, so it's the Cabaret Convention, Jazz at Lincoln Center, and that's always yes, Leo.
Your link is in the notes, so when you go to our description, you can click right there, and it's ready to go.
You're the best, Leo. There's nobody better than Leo Rodriguez. Thank you, honey. Yeah, so that way you can get your tickets, and I think you can buy for one night or all 3
Yes.
nights,
Yep.
things like
You can
that.
buy.
There's Bill Goffey, speaking of pianist. There he is.
Hey.
Yeah, so that's a wonderful thing. Now, our friend Eric Eves Garcia is also part of that,
Oh, good.
and Nicholas Rodriguez, who
Oh,
also
wow.
is our friend. So, but there's a lot of great people there. I mean, I wouldn't be able to name all of them, but those are the two that jumped out at me because I know them well. So
Yes. Well,
that's going to be good.
you probably have to work those nights, but
I do.
you're part of Mac. You should be
Oh, I do. Or I am part
going.
of Mac.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I can try the Thursday night.
Yeah.
Because Wednesday I work, Tuesday I do the show, but Thursday I teach. But I think I wouldn't make it. I teach
Yeah.
till 6, so
Okay.
that's why I can never go to these things. But anyway, I have such respect for what everybody does there,
Yeah,
and it's
exciting.
always an exciting and amazing crowd. You know. So
Yeah.
now you're from Seattle,
I'm from
Washington.
Seattle, Washington. I grew up there. I went to I grew up, I grew up in a church family, so my mom and me, and so I played the piano in church and um, school and everything, and then I went to San Francisco for college, and then after that I went to Orange County, California,
Oh, okay.
where I honed my little craft, playing in bars and restaurants in Orange County, Laguna, Newport Beach, that part of
Wow.
town, and then I met some people who were from New York, and they told me you should be in New York. What are you doing here in Orange County? You need to be in New York City.
Right.
And I believed them when I came.
Well, the thing is, the West Coast is fantastic, but I agree. The music, especially jazz,
Right,
tends to be on the East Coast, right?
right. The
And
standards.
Europe. Europe is also, like I read Quincy Jones's book recently. It's called 12 Notes. I highly recommend it.
Wow.
You'll
Okay.
fly through it. I mean, it is so enjoyable and historic. And he was a really young musician.
Yeah,
Like,
he started off in Seattle too.
well, I think,
Well,
yeah,
part of it,
yeah. I
his
mean, I was
his
gonna
career
say he was the
in
same
Seattle.
thing, West
Yeah,
Coast guy, and
yeah.
then he ended up in Europe, and then Frank Sinatra met him, and
Wow,
kind of like said, "Oh,
that was
you're
magic.
no, you're working with me. You're the most talented guy I've
Yeah,
ever heard."
he is amazingly talented.
Yeah, he's 93 now, I think.
Wow,
Yeah, and he says that every day he does something creative. That's
really?
how, yeah, every single day. It was one of my favorite books I ever read.
Wow, is it new?
Yeah, fairly
Okay,
new. I
because
think he
I saw his documentary a couple years ago. They did a documentary.
Yeah, but this one I
With his,
believe he wrote during COVID because he was
oh
bored.
wow,
It's called 12
nice.
Notes. It's
Okay, I'll have to read it.
beautiful. It's really I listen to the audiobook as well. Sometimes I read it and listen to the audiobook because
Yeah.
I love to hear the actual artist read their stuff. You
Did
know,
you ever
like
listen to his this thing he did with the Messiah?
no.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
You mean
yeah.
Handel's Messiah?
He redid Handel's Messiah in a soulful celebration. He does
What?
the whole thing, every song, the whole thing with R&B artists and singers.
No.
Oh my goodness, it's so good. I
Where
think
is
it's
it? Is it on
it's
YouTube?
on YouTube, but you can just look it up. It's on no, it's not on YouTube. It's an album. It's on Spotify. It's on
Oh my
Apple Music.
God. I'm
It's
gonna
one of
listen
my
to it as soon as
favorite.
this is over.
It's one of my favorite albums. You have got to hear it.
Oh my
He has
God. And
everybody on it. He has everybody performing on it. It's amazing.
I
And
can't wait. I know Handel's Messiah very, very well.
it's so good. You're gonna.
My
It's a
my
total
dad played
reinterpretation.
it constantly as a kid around Christmas
And
season.
it's the same thing. It's the same Messiah, but it's Quincy Jones. It's amazing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
when we were in high school, our choral group, believe it or not, did
Oh, you
Handel's
did.
Messiah. Yeah, we were really like we had an amazing choral group. And so, but I know Handel's Messiah well. I grew up listening to it
Yeah.
because of my dad. Yeah.
Everything.
Wow. That's it. Thank you. I'm going to write that down. Quincy
Yeah.
Jones, Handel's Messiah. Oh my God.
It's really, really good. I think
So-
it's called a joy. I can't remember the name of it, but it has a name. But you can find it. Just write Quincy
Messiah.
Jones and Messiah. Yeah, Handel's Messiah. You'll come
Oh, I
up.
love that. Isn't that beautiful? So, now do you have you have a residency somewhere, don't you?
No, I just did the one that this one. That
Oh,
just happened.
okay.
I'm not in the city. I'm just doing. Basically, I've only been. I haven't been playing anywhere. I had the house band at the Waldorf.
Yes,
years,
right,
and then I was at the
right.
Pierre, and then I was at the Ritz-Carlton, and I did all these hotels. And then when they started dying out, and then I recorded my 2 albums that I did in Australia.
Wonderful albums,
Um,
by the way.
and when I came back, and then COVID hit, and I haven't really been at a steady um, nightly job in New York anymore. I mostly do corporate stuff, events, corporate events.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
places where
corporate
I can
events
have
are
my.
pretty cool.
They're
They
great, and I get to have my band, and I get to have my people with me, and I get to perform a little more performing than I do in piano bars. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Piano bars,
yeah.
and so I'm enjoying that a little bit. I would love to have another steady um, job in the city, but I haven't found a place that will let me have my trio or my band and pay me the
And
money that I
well,
want to
that's
pay.
what it is. That's what it
So
is. You know what? I always find that it's you kind of have to it I don't know. The thing is that people don't realize how hard musicians work. And not just that, it's one thing if you're playing for yourself, right? But when you have to
right,
hire musicians, you have to pay them what they're worth. And these
right,
musicians they're really
yeah,
worth a lot more than you think. It's like when I do studio work, I always hire musicians. And I mean, and I hire the best for my stuff. I hire the ones that speak to
right,
me, and I always make sure I pay them well because if you're not, you know what I mean. You have to pay
yeah.
people
You
what
have
they're
to,
worth.
and
So
especially now. I mean, when I first came to New York, and for all the years that I played when I was younger, you would find people that wanted to jam with you and play with you, but now I've been a professional in this town for a long time now, and
well,
so
that's
people,
what it
it's
is,
very hard to get people to come play for me for free anymore.
right?
So you do have to pay people what they're worth,
Yeah,
and you want
and
to do
that's
that
hard
because
because you have to make your money, and also then what do you charge for tickets? It's that
right,
kind of thing. You
yeah,
got to if you do a show in this town, it costs you money now. It
right,
doesn't.
yeah.
There's no
It
way to
doesn't.
make it back.
There's not even yes. That's one of the things I tell people that ask me about working in the city and working in, especially in cabaret and working in
Hmm.
things. I'm just saying, it's a labor of love, and
Yeah.
I'm not just saying that is in a term of being funny, but
No,
it
it's
really is
true.
a true thing. You have to want to do it. You have to have a reason to do it. You have to put your own focus on why you're doing the show and what you're helping to get out of it, because it's not going to be money.
Right,
It's
right.
going to be, it has to be
Oh,
celebrity.
yeah, Leo
Yeah,
knows.
exactly.
It's true. It's labor of love.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's why people don't understand, it's like,
yeah.
and especially if you use, other musicians on stage, which, the more musicians you have, no, I shouldn't say that the more, like, for me, how beautiful if you're able to have a piano, bass, and drums, right? That's
Right.
always amazing.
That's amazing.
I mean, that's like but then sometimes you want to add you want to add a guitar or something, or
Excellent. Yes.
or another keyboard or, whatever it is, but it's just beautiful. It's like, I mean, what a joy to have that wind in your sails,
Right. Yeah.
So wouldn't it be great if we could all be paid what we're worth? But, that's why you have to do other gigs, out of
Right.
town gigs. Industrials are great. Like corporate
Yes.
gigs are great because they really can give you the money that, small clubs can't,
Right.
you
Yep.
know. So private parties are great. I've done a lot of private
Events
parties.
and private parties. Yep. That's
Yeah, and
basically
that's always nice. People are able to do that. But corporations, certain corporations, they're very good to you. There's a lot of industry shows, and I like that.
yeah.
Conventions, things like that. So why not?
Mhm.
Lynn Portis, also an incredible jazz pianist and my best friend and my musical director, says you'll
Nice.
recognize it, Maria, when you hear it. I think she's talking about the Quincy Jones.
Oh
She said
yes,
it
yes,
was
yes.
used in movies and commercials and TV. Yeah, I believe it.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, look at James Jackson Jr. I mean, James Jackson, um, our friend, amazing James Jackson. He was in Provincetown. He
Yeah,
might
he
be there
was.
now.
He was in
Wait, is
Provincetown,
it
but
is it Women's Week
I
right
don't think
now?
we ever met, but I know that he was there. People
Oh,
talked
you
about
would
it.
love
People
him.
people
You
talked
love
about
you.
him to me and said that I should meet him. And we work with some of the same people, I think,
Yeah. Do you know
out there.
Elliot Roth? Have you ever met Elliot Roth?
I
Oh
don't
no,
know.
you don't understand. You're gonna love each other. And he is like one of the finest musicians I've ever met.
Wow.
Yeah, he plays piano too, so you guys would
Is he
be
and
cool.
he's in the city, or is he in Provincetown?
He's usually in the city, yeah,
Okay.
and he plays at Brandy's.
Okay.
Usually on Wednesdays, and he fills in on Fridays and Saturdays quite a
I
bit
haven't been to. I hate to say it. I haven't been to Brandy's
in a long time.
since in a long time. I think the
Yeah.
last time I was there, I think Natalie was working there.
Oh, that's a long time
That's a
ago.
long time.
Yeah, I'm there Fridays and Saturdays.
I have to
So,
come up one of these days.
oh, it's
I'm
so
one of
much
these.
fun.
I'm one of these downtown people that going
I
uptown.
know. Well, you live downtown.
Yeah.
It's the same thing if you're an
So
uptown
hard.
guy. You're
Yeah.
like, I don't
Yeah.
want to go
Yeah.
all the way downtown.
Right.
I mean, I have to go for work because I'm
Oh,
at Stonewall and then I'm at the duplex. But if I didn't have to, I'd stay uptown. Except that I do like the downtown scene quite a bit. But that's changed too. That's demographically changed greatly, the
yeah.
village.
It really has
You
changed.
know. So
Really
let's
does.
take a minute. We always have a food section of our show, and tonight
Okay.
is no different. I
Speaking
asked.
of food, about your sauces,
Oh,
your that I gave for Christmas gifts last year. I think I need to do some reordering here soon.
I would love that. I'll take care of you.
Okay.
So you did. You ordered a bunch of my
I
sauces,
did. I
and you
gave them out
gave
to
them as
all my
gifts.
friends for gifts for Christmas. It was great.
How nice is
It
that?
was so, and
And
everybody
what do
loved
they
them.
think? They love
loved
them?
them. Yes, they loved them. I was funny. It was funny because I was really, you have the two, the marinara and the
Well,
meat
I have
sauce.
more than two now.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I
Wow.
have marinara, which is
Uh-huh.
vegetarian,
Yeah.
bolognese. Then I
Yeah.
have meatballs.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
Right. Then I have spicy sausage. And then
Wow.
I have chicken soup with Middle Eastern spices.
Wow. Well,
So you
I
just
have
let
to
me know, baby.
make my Christmas list and come shopping.
That's right. And I'll deliver. You know that. I'll take care
Okay.
of you.
Yeah. Good.
So yeah, another one of my friend Valerie did that for Christmas. She bought for all her neighbors in her building. That's what she gave
No,
them.
nice. It's
Yeah.
great. It's a great present. People love it.
Yeah.
They're
So she and her
delicious.
kids decorated and it's fresh. There's no preservatives. So
Yeah. It's really good.
everything's good. I'm glad you liked it, David. So tonight, I was gonna. I had a little bit of a strange week. I can't get into it now, but down the line, I'll get into it eventually. But I was like, I don't feel like cooking. But then I ended up making some stuff. So what did I make tonight? I made just some comfort food. I made grilled cheese and tomato
Yum.
and on wheat bread. And these chips are called Terra chips. They are vegetable chips. They're delicious. And I got the Mediterranean version of that. And it's like garlic and olive oil, really good chips. So that's what, like a
Yum.
little comfort food tonight. I didn't make anything
Nice.
too fancy. But and then for my salad, I love a good salad.
Wow.
Boston lettuce, some tomatoes, some delicious Jersey tomatoes, and then pecans because I love a
Wow.
good crunch. And I have blue because I've been doing something blue every week until the election.
Okay.
So
I love that.
I'm very much about themes and things like that. So blue cheese from
Yep.
Trader Joe's. I love Trader Joe's. Little baby cucumbers.
Nice.
And then what did I use for oil? Well, I used balsamic, traditional balsamic. It's called Fini, my favorite one, Fini. You get
Okay.
it at Whole Foods. It's a little expensive, but it's worth every penny. And it's from Italy. But I got this brand new olive oil from the Saratoga Olive Oil Company. It's bacon flavored.
Wow.
Yes, wow is right. So bacon flavored olive oil on this salad. It's kind of like a BLT salad.
That is, yeah.
Yeah, with a little blue
Wasn't that-
cheese for blue wave.
I feel like a dog. You just did that bacon commercial. I'm like, bacon, what?
Bacon, I know.
Bacon.
I
Oh.
know. It's just, I don't know what it is about bacon, but I had a BLT sandwich today and I was like, and then I had to also for sentimental reasons. This was my
Mhm.
mother's favorite ice cream. Strawberry. I had to put ice because I didn't want it to melt while the show was
Wow.
going. Strawberry Haagen-Dazs. That was my mother's favorite.
Wow.
Missing my mom these days. So I'm sending a shout out to my mom.
There you go.
So that's for my mom.
That's
You
funny.
have her with us.
My
Hold
mother
on.
likes strawberry ice cream too. Isn't that funny?
Yes, I love that. Maybe
Very
it's a
funny,
mom
yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
There's
my-
my mom up in the corner, up in heaven.
Hi, Mama.
Now, my mom was a staunch Democrat, and she never missed an election. And when I got to tell a really cool story. When my parents got married in 1957, they had known each other all their lives as kids, but They got married. My mother came here in 55. Then she went back and married my dad in 1957. But because he was with the Carabinieri, which is like the Vatican police kind of, they wouldn't let him. It was an immigration thing, right? They wouldn't let him over, even though he had married. She was not an American citizen, but there was a lot of red tape, right? So my mother wrote to her congressman, a senator. She wrote to her senator, and then she went to the office, the Massachusetts senator's office, to plead, please, my husband is in Italy and we're married and I haven't seen him in 3 years. And he signed the release for my dad to come over. And do you know what that senator's name was?
No.
John F. Kennedy.
No.
Yep. So, John,
Wow.
I know.
That's cool.
Is that cool or what?
History.
That is
History or
really
what?
cool.
So they were Democrats because of that, of course. And so my mother, that's one of the reasons I have such respect for voting. My mother never missed an election, neither did my dad. But my mother used to take us around, my sister and I, with these big lists for all these Italian ladies. She always needed signatures for different representatives, and she'd be like, we need a certain amount of signatures. And we would go up and down the steps to all these buildings in the North End, which my cousin Rena knows exactly what I'm talking about, to get these Italian ladies. And my mother would make sure that they were registered to vote. So, and then my dad would work the campaign for there's this one guy called Roland Orlandi. He was a representative from Boston. And my dad worked his campaign. So that's how I was raised. That's one of the reasons I'm so enthusiastic about voters' rights and all that stuff,
Yeah.
So, Leo, were you going to say something, honey?
No, I was going to put up just a reminder.
Vote, yes. So vote.org. If you're already registered, wonderful, but go and check your registration anyway. Like, for instance, I had a friend in Jersey that checked her daughter's registration and it had lapsed because she hadn't voted in a while. So it was inactive. And they had moved a few times. So she was like, oh my God, thank God I checked. So it's very important if you've moved, which a lot of people do. Like my niece was in the Air Force for 6 years and she just moved back to Massachusetts. Now she's done with her service. Thank you for your service, Leah. And she's back now. And I told her, I said, although she's registered in Louisiana, but now she's back here. So I said, there you are, Leo. Make sure you either get an absentee ballot for Louisiana, because she just got back Saturday, or you register to vote here quickly. It's very important. There's many countries. I know my mother used to say this, Leo with his voting shirt, and I have my Kamala shirt on for the people. I love me some Kamala. Anyway, just make sure you get out there. David, did I tell you that Kamala Harris was at the Stonewall Inn last June? I know. June 23rd. Really? Yes, really.
What?
And I almost lost my mind. I almost lost my mind. And Kurt Kelly, who's the owner, one of the owners, said to me, I was supposed to work at 8 that night. He said to me, you're going to want to get here early. You're going to want to get here at 5. I can't tell you who's coming, but you're going to want to get here early. You'll thank me for the rest of your life. I got there, set up my bar, and then came down and somebody said, you know who it is? It's Kamala. I was like, wow. Because I've been a huge fan of hers forever. Right. You know what I've been a huge fan of hers since? Since she grilled Kavanaugh. Yes. And there was a picture of her in the paper in the New York Times, and I cut it out and put it on my refrigerator. And I said, this woman has got the biggest balls, and she's going to do great things. And then she became the VP, and then now she's running for president. So, were you a kid that was like active? Were your parents active in
I was
voting?
Not, but I grew up very Christian, very religious, and so
yeah. Well, a lot of us did. Yeah,
it was a very. I would say I grew up pretty Republican. Nothing
wrong with that.
Politics weren't discussed, but
right.
That's.
But were you folks active in voting and all that?
Not at all. My mother was my mother did vote, but she never spoke about voting. Right. She didn't speak about it. It was something that was private.
Yeah.
And even though I knew how she voted because I knew how she lived, I knew what she was, her friends and stuff, but she would never have had a political discussion
Right.
with
It was
anyone.
very different back
Um,
then. Yeah.
but I was an extremely patriotic kid. I mean, I
Really?
had my room was painted red, white, and blue. I had flags
Oh,
everywhere. I had Statue of Liberty. I was a total American junkie
I love
on
that.
the flag and the colors. It was not so much that I knew all about America, but I just loved, I was really into the flag. I had it on my back of my shirt. I was very much a
Yeah.
patriotic kind of kid when I was growing up.
I love that.
And when I
Did
first
you?
moved to New York, the very first thing I wanted to go do was go see the Statue of Liberty. So the first morning I got here, I had to go see the Statue of Liberty, and I was so upset because I went all the way down there, took the subway, went all the way down there, and I thought I was going to cry, and I didn't cry. And to this day, it still upsets me that the first time I saw the Statue of Liberty, I didn't cry because
I'm gonna.
I thought I was going to be so overwhelmed. And I sat there and I was just waiting for the tears to come, and they didn't come.
Well, listen, I wrote a song a couple years ago with Will T and Hall called "This Is My America,"
Wow,
and
I'd love to
it's
hear
about
it.
I'm gonna send it to you, and I bet you're
Okay.
gonna cry. You know why? Because I made a video, and there are
Oh,
pictures, and you text me after you watch it, and
okay.
you tell me if you cried or not.
All right.
Because my mother told a story about the Statue of Liberty that when they came over on the boat, I think she was about 18, that she saw the Statue of Liberty, and she knew that she said, I knew I was free because they came from Italy, and the voter rights were very different there.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, you
All
watch
right.
this. Leo put it together.
Okay.
Leo put the video together.
All right. I
And
I
understand.
what
love the lady. I
uh,
love the lady.
Thank you.
When I worked on
Thank you.
Spirit Cruises,
that's
I
right.
got to sing. I got to sing one of the solos. They would always play when we went around the Statue of Liberty for 15 minutes. They would always play Whitney Houston, rest your soul,
Wow.
sissy.
Yes.
They would play Celine Dion and Ray Charles, and then they let me sing "Where the Stars and Stripes and the Eagles Fly." So I take my microphone to
Really?
the top of the boat, and we'd be
No.
going around. Oh yeah,
Really?
little adopted Mexican kid from East LA
I
singing
love
from in
it.
front of the Statue of Liberty. Yep.
That's a
I
great
love that.
story,
I
Leo.
love that story.
That's a great story.
And I love being on anytime I go on any one of those cruises, Spirit Cruise, whatever they have. Whenever
Yeah.
someone something. When Rick and I got married, we had our welcome party on one of those boats that goes around, and
Oh
it's
yeah,
such an amazing
isn't it?
when you get that close to the Statue of Liberty. It's very every time it's amazing.
incredible, right? It really is.
Yeah,
Yep.
it really
And
is.
our friend, a mutual friend of ours, Bill Goffey, takes the best pictures of the Statue of Liberty I've ever seen. And I
Wow.
actually bought some of his little pictures last year and gave them as
Oh.
gifts. He's very humble about it, but his pictures are to die for. And he took all the Statue of Liberty pictures that we used in the video. And then Lynn Portis, her son John, is an engineer on a tugboat that goes all around, and he took the drone shots. So it's
Okay, I have to see this. You
oh,
guys
you're gonna love it.
Don't forget to send it
It's
to me.
beautiful.
It's beautiful. You'll love it. But also, David, I had a bunch of my friends send pictures of them holding a picture of their family when they first came over, and then their family now. So it's really cool. I think you'll like it. I think we'll bring those get you to cry a couple of tears.
I know. I did a during COVID. I sang a YouTube version of a patriotic mashup that I did of a bunch of
Oh,
songs put together. And
really?
I have to send you that because you'll
Please
like that too.
do. I'm very.
It's
I
really
love
good.
anything
And
patriotic. I
yeah.
tear up. I love it. I'm very
My
patriotic.
favorite song is "This Is My Country."
This is my.
This
This
is
is
my
This
country.
is
Oh, right.
my
Yeah.
country,
Yeah, I love it.
land
I
that
love
I
it.
love.
So
Oh,
I sing that.
right.
That's my favorite. It's one of my favorite songs. So it's in there too. But I'll have to send you that one.
Oh, I
I'll
can't
play it.
wait. I love "Oh Beautiful for Spacious Skies."
Spacious Skies. That's
Yeah,
really good.
the Ray Charles version. I forget about it. Bawl
It's
my
really
eyes
good.
Love
out
that
every
one.
time.
I know it's a really
Yeah,
good one.
every time. Anyway, Lynn Portis says she said something about you. Of course you do. She's a Libra. Speaking about Kamala, Kamala's a Libra. October 20th is her birthday. So we
Wow.
might have to, as soon as we're getting closer in a couple of weeks, Leo, we'll have a little birthday cake for Kamala. Yeah, so she is. Of course, I love Libras. Lynn knows. Do you know that 5 of my girlfriends have been Libras? And
Really?
yes, is that crazy? All trouble on a stick, mind you. All
Oh,
trouble on a slippery.
my dad is a Libra, and my niece Danielle is a Libra. Yes, you drive us crazy.
Yeah. Libras, especially the women. Now the Libra men, like Michael Isaacs is a Libra.
Mm-hmm.
Nate Bucherri is a Libra. How can you not love Nate and Michael? And Adam Chandler's a Libra. Do you see?
Oh,
He's a little
wow.
sassy.
He's a
Kayla
Mhm.
King is a Libra. So there's a lot of Libras. Oh, Dan Crowley Jr. is a Libra.
That's
So
right. That's right.
a lot of our friends are Libras. But my girlfriend is a Libra. We've been together 15 years. Never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. But anyway, oh, Danielle, I can't have the sound. She's at an event tonight at the West Bank Cafe. I can't have the sound on tonight because I'm at an event, but I had to pop on and write some love. See you next week. What's the story with Maria family? Yes, we miss you and we love you. And Danielle is a psychic, a spiritual medium, a reader. She does spirit animal readings. She does everything. Tarot, she does everything. And she speaks to the other side, and it's mind blowing. Mind blowing. So I highly recommend you go to DanielleAlexandriaAlchemy.com and look at the things that she offers. She is the real deal, and
Mm-hmm.
the real deal. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
joking. And she
Put your
blew
big
my,
pants on. Put your diapers on, because you're gonna.
yeah, you're gonna be like,
She's
how
gonna
did
tell you some stuff.
some stuff, yeah. So she's great. So I can't. And folks, Christmas is around the corner. I gave readings of Danielle's for gifts to many people for
Right.
Christmas, and it was a really. Why wouldn't you want to give someone peace of mind or hope, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
to have and to hold. Yes, Bill Goffey has amazing captures, says Lori Towers. Yes, you are right. Can we talk about Lori and John, Leo? Since I have you, you're ready.
How did my fingers just happen to be on that
I
cue?
know. So talk about it, Leo.
Well, if you guys are around tomorrow night, if you're sitting at home or doing laundry or washing dishes, washing walls, whatever, join WFMU.org. It's their streaming station for Beneath the Underground with John Pietero and Lori Towers. So you can hear Lori pick on John. No, so you can hear some really great music,
Yeah.
some great history, some jazz, some poetry, some good political conversation. I like when John gets a little, he's got the October spice, is what he's got.
Yeah, he does.
When he's talking about it. But just it's really a good from 9 p.m. to the witching hour.
Yes. And they're
10 p.m.
also
to the witching hour. I'm
they're
sorry.
not just
10
music
p.m.
historians, but they are New York historians. They know a lot about New York and its history and the musical history. You would love it, David. You
Wow.
would
What's it
love
on
it.
again?
It's go ahead, Leo. It's at
Beneath the Underground on Sheena's Jungle Room on WFMU.org.
Okay, we'll put it in the
So,
comments.
Put
And
that in
we'll
the
also
comments,
yeah.
send it to you, David, in
Okay.
a link.
Good.
It's really cool. And you don't have to if you miss it live, like I miss it live because I work Wednesdays, but then I listen
they're
to it
all
the next
archived.
day. All archived. Really
They're
cool
all
stuff.
archived. I mean, music that you haven't heard in a long time, music that you didn't think you'd ever hear. I like when they get the poetry going. I really do, because some of the that, and then also like Phil Oakes, you get some good union labor movement music, and
Wow.
just it's eclectic, it's wonderful, it's historic,
Yeah.
and they're fun to listen to. And it's my Wednesday nights.
Yeah, it's
Of
really
course, I
great.
live up here
He-
5,000 feet above the sea, so it's not
He's in
much to do.
California. Leo's in California,
Oh,
David.
I don't know that.
See, West Coast guy.
Yeah,
So-
I was wondering where you played in Orange County. There was a piano bar in Costa Mesa, I thought it was. I
No.
couldn't remember, a long time
Well, it was a
ago.
long time ago, probably before your time, Leo.
I don't know.
I
Well,
I don't
played
know.
at a,
Well,
Maria's
Well-
like, well,
I don't
Well,
know. You know, I know you're younger than me, David. So
I would
we-
say
I
I was
would-
2021, and that was in the 90s, right there.
Okay.
So when I
played
was
at
there,
a place at the late 80s at Ron's in Laguna, which is across the street from the Boom Boom Room. Back in the
Okay.
day. And I played at a place called Trees, which is in Corona Del Mar.
okay,
And I played at a place called The Park, which is also in Corona Del Mar at the time. And I played at various places in Newport Beach too. And
okay.
Yeah.
And you went to
Oh,
San Francisco State, or where did you go in San
No.
Francisco?
you ready for this? You sitting down?
Hit
Called
me.
Simpson Bible College.
Okay.
San Francisco.
all right. Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost.
So Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. And yeah, that's what.
Listen, I
that's what
went to
we're going
Catholic
for.
school till I was in 10th grade. So,
You know what though? I've been teaching that cabaret class, and we were talking about music, and I was showing them. I have opened it to film music and stuff, and I was showing them some of my favorite pieces. Everything that I love has got a gospel feel to it.
Right. Isn't that
Everything that I love, whether it's secular or not, you give me that, and
right?
I can't do the modulations, but I wish I could.
I just was when I was in London. We watched the gospel choir at St. James Church there, and they did a concert of gospel music as it's hit the secular world. So it was like all the songs in movies and stuff that have a gospel feel to them. And it was really great, starting with like Joyful Joyful from the
Right.
Joyful,
Sister Act.
joyful Lord.
And they had
There goes Leo.
I Still Haven't Found What They're Looking For, and all of a bunch of different songs that were just that. It was funny to realize how gospel has influenced so much of
Oh my God,
Oh,
yes.
yeah,
secular music as
it's
well.
the spirit of the music, and it celebrates it, and I think people feel that when they're sitting there dancing.
And you know
I
what?
do.
And now this is what I have to say. If we could focus on, and what I think we do for the most part, focus on, instead of religion dividing us, to let the spirit unite us and let the music, because the music covers everything.
Right.
And if we would just stop using religion as a weapon, and not us, I mean, but a lot of people do, but let the music unite us and the spirit unite us. Man, can you imagine what a beautiful world it would be?
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
Yeah,
It just give me shadow chills.
I know. So
Yes, it did.
I feel that. I feel music is like universal. Now, Mr. Music there. Yes, Leo.
I was going to say, Maria, there was a baseball game that the microphones or whatever wasn't working. It was like a AA league game or something. And they said, we're not going to do the national anthem because the thing's working. That crowd
Started
in
singing
tune
it.
said, no, 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 no. And they sang it. And they
I
sang it all the
love
way
that.
through.
Wow.
And just, yeah, and that's the spirit of music, right?
It
I'd
is.
love
That's
to-
wonderful. What a
yeah,
great story, Leo.
that's a
Thank you
great
for that.
story. Yeah.
It's true. I love when people sing all together. It's the best feeling. So we have come to the end of our hour. I can't believe it. Flew by. David,
for
I
having
can't
me.
thank you enough. I love you to
Thank
pieces. You're
you.
a
Love you
wonderful
too.
person and an
Thank you.
incredibly talented musician.
Thanks for having me on.
Now, this show is for creative people, by creative people, and we like to inspire other creatives, all kinds of creatives. So, as a creative person, what do you want to leave people with as like a last word about, let's say you're having a bad day as a creative. Let's say you want to throw in the towel. Let's say you have writers. Let's say it's just not a good day for creative. What advice would you give people?
Just to relax. There's always another day. It's gonna come back to you. If it's in your blood, if it's something you love to do, and it's something that you feel, you can't force anything. It's just never good to try to force it. And even if you had a deadline or something that you think something has to be done by, you're a musician. You just can't force things. They have to come naturally, and they will come. And you just have to be patient and love yourself enough to make it happen.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Love that. Love that. Okay. So thank you, David.
Thank
What
you.
a joy to be around you, and have a wonderful time at the convention.
Thank you. I will.
Which
Thanks, Leo.
the 22nd through the
Nice to meet you.
24th, but David's night is the 23rd. It's a Wednesday. It's at Jazz at Lincoln Center. It starts at 6. And there's going to be that convention is known for having just great stuff. But go, if you're going to pick a night, pick
my night. Pick my night.
David's night. Yeah, pick my night, please. And
Thank
Leo,
you guys.
I love you to pieces. Thank you for everything you do for me off and on the screen. My brother, my little Mexican brother from across the country. And I love you, David, and everybody out there. Thank you for your support. And thank you for coming back week after week. And thank you for all your love. And don't forget to vote.
Yes.
We'll see you next week. Good
Thank
night,
you.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye, honey. Bye, Leo.
Bye, my love.